Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Neuro, and I wanted to introduce to you one of the infernal units. This is the Doombringer. You might be like, Doombringer? Isn't it just a Zeppelin? It is not just a Zeppelin. The Doombringer also, in addition to picking up 4 brutes at a time, or whatever units that you like, it can generate shroud when it lands. What this means is you have some sustained healing of your white health bar throughout the fight. This thing generates shroud. Look at this. Even for itself, because it's sitting on the shroud. So this guy is basically chilling there with 260 health, 65 white health, giving white health to all of the allies that are standing on this shroud. So you can basically just get this guy as an air unit, hit spacebar to F2 your army, and you can just attack at your opponent. And then when this Doombringer is with your army, you can just say, okay, we're attacking you right here, sit this guy down, and then you can attack and then heal through the fight. So this is a crazy good support unit in the sense that it's healing its allies with this shroud generation effect, but then also, as a Zeppelin, it can pick up units. Let's see how many of these guys can it take? 2 Hellborn. Yeah, 2 Hellborn exactly, or 4 brutes. You can kind of see how much cargo each unit takes in here. But it doesn't generate shroud while it's flying. It flies pretty fast. You can see it's kind of turn radius, acceleration. Definitely kind of flies like a Zeppelin type of thing. And then when you hit C, it lands, and then it deploys the units automatically. That's different from, say, Medivacs or Drop Overlords that drop the unit and continue flying. The Doombringer, whenever it drops the units, it lands. So it immediately starts generating the shroud, which is nice because that eventually makes your harassment, if you want to do that, really easy. So I just hotkeyed this to group 2, and I can send this up here on the edge of the map, and then Shift C. And then I should be able to take my hands off the keyboard, and it will fly over to that spot and then drop the units and deploy shroud. Cool. And if this is an enemy base, this is just a custom game, these guys should automatically start attacking whatever units are closest to them. One other thing this guy can do, in the air mode, we can do this. Wait, we can do this. Teleport this unit to a friendly shrine. So this isn't a town portal AoE where it pulls everything back home. But if there are units inside of it, they can teleport back to a shrine. So they do have a really cool escape. Really cool escape feature. So the Doombringer, in a sense, feels a little bit like a Warp Prism, because a Warp Prism does provide an escape and a power boost to Protoss pushes. The look and feel of the unit for how it flies definitely feels like a Warcraft 3 Zeppelin. It looks like a weird Zeppelin. It flies like a weird Zeppelin. It carries stuff. You can't just click and drop stuff from the air. You do have to hit C to deploy stuff. So the drop mechanic does feel pretty different for Infernal than it did in StarCraft 2. But really cool unit overall. From what I've noticed, dropping with Doombringers is much better than just trying to shove direct pushes at your opponent, mainly because of how a lot of these maps, you can't even fit that many of these units that wide. So even if you're ahead in your army by a little bit, if your opponent falls back to buildings, it's pretty hard to break them. So by sending these Doombringers around the sides of the map, even just sending in whatever random crap you've got, whatever random units. I've got a bunch of fiends here. I'm gonna load this up. I'm gonna hotkey this. I'm gonna re-hotkey this so I don't pull this stuff with it. And then just shift rally, shift descend. And then I can send my army. And then the Doombringer brings the Doom somewhere else. And I don't even really have to look at it. So it's kind of a set and forget with how some of your drop plays can work. And then you can focus on microing other things. Additionally, you can just bring one of these with a normal ground push and simply use it for the shroud generation. The shroud generation is very good. because that's giving you a heal over time, basically, in that area. And you also just have another big tank on the field. These are 10 armor, same armor as brutes, and they have a lot of health. I like the Doombringer. Do you like the Doombringer?